Cleanup efforts of debris and power restoration are underway after last weekend's powerful storm that brought strong winds and heavy rain. We learned of one fatality linked to the storm in Pierce County. A 31-year-old man died and 6 others were hurt Saturday after a tree cracked in half and collapsed onto an outdoor Halloween event at McKenna Park in Roy. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says 3 people were transported to a hospital and 3 others were treated at the scene. Those injuries range from serious to minor.
The images will be burned in my brain forever. That was traumatic, to say the very least.
It was just absolute chaos. You'd hear people screaming, yelling for their kids. There was a man that couldn't find his daughter and was just yelling her name over and over.
Well, KOMO spoke with one of the organizers who faced lots of criticism online about why they held the event despite storm warnings for Pierce County. An organizer said they've had similar or worse conditions during past events where they made out just fine, and there was no predicting that this would happen. The organizer also created fundraisers to help those impacted.
Just take a look at this. Also in Pierce County, this video shows strong winds whipping through Bonnie Lake, violently shaking trees and bringing down big branches. City leaders posted these images to the city's Facebook page of multiple trees and downed power lines. In Grays Harbor County, a KOMO viewer shared with us this view of multiple trees down on this home in Ocean Shores. A KOMO viewer captured this picture of a massive tree down and on top of a car and a scooter. This is in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood. Maple Valley was hit particularly hard by those power outages caused by plenty of downed trees and power lines.
You could hear the trees whistling and blowing and limbs flying around. Yeah, it's nice to have the trees, but boy, they can be a pain at this time of the year.
Puget Sound Energy reported an outage just after 4 a.m. yesterday, a result of downed power lines and trees. Power was restored hours later, around 1 p.m.
So here's a look at more storm damage from last weekend's heavy rain and high winds. Don't forget, you can always get weather updates wherever you go by downloading the KOMO News app. It is free wherever you like to get your apps.
All right, let's check in with George now. Lots of cleanup to be done today and the rest of the week.
77-mile-per-hour winds in Hoquiam.
Wow.
And just offshore, Bowie at Westport, 71-mile-per-hour gusts. These are wind gusts. Crystal Mountain over the weekend, 75-mile-per-hour winds. Look at Tacoma, 60-mile-per-hour winds and 56. It was windy. Thankfully, the wind's settling down today. There's a few additional showers. It is chilly, and tomorrow morning is going to be just a little bit colder as the skies clear out, but we're not there yet. We still have snow falling. This is Stevens Pass. Look at the snow on the roadway there.
The first major snowfall of the season came through over the weekend.
And with that comes important winter weather reminders. By law, starting November 1st, you must be carrying a set of tire chains in your car when crossing any of our mountain passes, even if you don't need them on your tires yet. State Patrol says if you're caught trying to cross a pass without chains in your vehicle, at least you could face a $500 fine. Also on November 1st, studded tires will once again be allowed on roads in Washington state, approved through March 31st of next year. The state says, though, every year studded tires cause nearly $30 million in damage to state roads. So WashDOT suggests going with stud-free winter tread traction tires that are more aggressive and cause less damage. Some local business owners up at the pass say no matter what, take your time.
I see people spin out all the time. I've pulled people out of many ditches before in my truck, and it's just, respecting Mother Nature and making sure that you know that it's bigger than you.
We love playing in the snow and driving around and just seeing all the different weather.
WashDOT says nearly 1,500 maintenance workers are ready for the snowy weather and the changing conditions. Plus, it adds more than 500 plows are prepared to roll when necessary.
All right, back at the live desk at 6:03. That brings us to this morning's KOMO Pulse Poll. As you grab your smartphone on this Monday morning, we're asking how prepared are you for winter driving conditions with that snow impacting the drive over Snoqualmie Pass overnight. We have about 60 votes so far this morning. 43% saying chains, good tires. You are ready to go as we inch closer to the winter season. 30% at the bottom saying I avoid winter driving conditions if at all possible. And then 27% in that middle spot saying you're somewhat prepared You still have some time to get prepared, though, but slowly losing some time to prepare for that. To add your vote to our totals here, just point your phone's camera at that QR code on the right-hand side of your screen. That'll create that link that'll pop up. It'll take you directly to our poll. It is posted at the top of the page at KOMOnews.com.
We are learning from Washington State Patrol what led to a deadly crash along Stevens Pass. Troopers now say a driver traveling westbound on Highway 2 yesterday afternoon lost control of his Subaru, crossed over into the eastbound lane, striking a truck. The two people in that Subaru, both from Gold Bar, a 46-year-old man and a 17-year-old girl, died. Medics took two people in the pickup to Providence Medical Center in Everett. Their conditions not known at this time. And troopers investigating the crash have not explained what caused the Subaru's driver to lose control. We do know it's been snowy in that part of the Cascades over the weekend.
Now to South Pierce County, the extremely rough weather claimed a life over the weekend. A tree fell, killing a man and injuring others during a Halloween event at McKenna Park on Saturday. The sheriff's office says that victim is a 30-year-old who was hit by one of those falling branches. Up to 80 people attended that Halloween celebration when the tree came crashing down on booths with people underneath the canopies. It triggered a large emergency response with several people pinned. Firefighters led rescue efforts with injuries ranging from minor to serious.
The high winds swept through Puget Sound, causing damage to communities. This video from a KOMO viewer in Buckley showed the ferocity of the power gusts as they shook trees and swayed backyard fences. The windy conditions also caused a number of power outages and downed trees across the region. According to Puget Sound Energy, crews forced to restore the power to nearly 150,000 of its customers. The largest areas who felt the biggest impacts are located in South King, Pierce, and Thurston counties, but Maple Valley saw outages too. PSC reporting utility workers making huge strides, fixing power lines and clearing debris. It adds crews will continue to stay on the job until the repairs are finished and the power is back on.
At this moment, just pockets of outages remain across western Washington. Puget Sound Energy reporting just 19,000 businesses and homes without power this morning. Almost 200,000 people lost electricity during the weekend's severe weather. PSC reminding everyone not to get near down power lines. You can always report problems to them, and if you're using portable space heaters or candles, keep them away from furniture and any flammable materials. Lots of social media posts from folks on what they saw during the weekend storm. Heavy damage from the rain and high winds. And don't forget, we want you to know you can always get updates on the weather whenever you're on the go. Download the KOMO News app for free wherever you get your apps.
Hurricane Melissa barreling through the Caribbean right now, heading right for Jamaica. It's now a massive Category 5 storm and picking up steam. Let's show you a live look at Kingston this morning. The island nation bracing for a powerful storm surge, driving rain and strong winds, topping nearly 160 miles an hour. Melissa expected to impact southeastern Cuba tomorrow night and the southeastern Bahamas on Wednesday.
Yeah. All right, let's check in with George for the very latest on Melissa.
Category 5.
Yeah.
Okay, 160-mile-per-hour winds. That was measured by a hurricane hunter just now when that came out. And what's interesting here is the mountains in Jamaica, they're about 7,000 feet, and the winds may be even stronger once a hurricane moves over the mountains at that upper level.
My goodness.
Yes, and you know, one of the main problems, it's such a slow mover. Look at it, it's been impacting Jamaica. That's the island just to the north of Melissa, and it doesn't make landfall until tomorrow, likely as a Category 5. 30-plus inches of rain, storm surge, mudslides. Wow, big impacts. Eastern Cuba, Haiti, also on the east side of this or the right side of this, will see significant impacts. Then it moves over likely as a weakened Category 2, Turks and Caicos and parts of the southeast Bahamas. Notice how it stays well away from Florida, but the rip currents on the Atlantic coast will be an issue.